Welcome, Clashers. Today we're talking about queens and freezes and wall breakers at Town Hall 12. Now, I'm going to give you two attacks here, and if you don't ever think about this, if you don't have this in your repertoire of attacks, think about it, okay? It's going to be a little bit more difficult, so if you're a newer attacker or not so, you're not confident in your abilities maybe, or you're learning, you might be scared of this attack, but this you're going to need to think about. So it's pretty easy. Now, in these attacks, the key here is using a freeze on the Inferno, which you have to do, and then wall breaking in. This gives you access. So, a newer player would be like, well, let me just jump here or bring a ram. Well, you can't do that because it requires a lot of unnecessary space. A freeze and wall breakers gets the job done. It's a little more difficult, not impossible. It's really not. You just got to practice it. It opens up so much value. So these sort of things, if you can see that kind of base, see the weakness of it, you can wall break in here, and we're going to see on two attacks. One's a hog, one's a Lalo. So stick around and subscribe. Come on, guys. Subscribe right now, or else this channel will be, you won't get the great content because we need subscribers to keep it going. So queen comes in. Of course, it is going to be tough here. Look what she's going to face. CC, she's going to, look at all the Expos on her. Two Expos, two Archer Towers. It's going to be tough. You got to make sure your rages are on point and be ready to rock and roll with the rages, okay? Otherwise, you will fail. Here comes another rage. Have to put it down. Lots of troops here, lots of firepower. Going to do a jump, you already can tell. Because you use the freeze wall breaker strategy, you have a jump spell for this core. If you use two jumps, you don't have enough rages and other spells to get through the base. That's why the wall breakers, okay? The wall breakers are necessary. There goes queen on queen. There goes the jump. And look what is able to gain access, okay? Look what the queen did. You queen charged right into the town hall. Now, you're not going to find every base like this, but there'll be very similar bases like this where you can use this sort of strategy to gain access using wall breakers and freeze. You open up and then you push in. So look for those bases. Every base is going to be different, but you can find them. And once you begin to spot them, you're like, oh, I can try that. Okay, I don't have to P.E.K.K.A. Bobat or Mass E-Drag. Okay? So queen value is huge. Of course, just remember, only 3 spells for the Lalo, okay? So the main value, of course, is the queen. So you're going to make sure you have to be on point with your haste spells for the Lalo. You can't fat finger. You can't be all jittery. Plan out where you want to do your Lalo. If everything goes to plan, you can pretty much figure out exactly where you need your haste spells and use them accordingly, okay? Sometimes you have to change it on the fly, but a lot of times if you know the pathing, you can predict where the loons are going to go and use your haste spells accordingly. So he's going to need another haste spell by the IT here, the last tough section, okay? There's the last haste onto the IT. And, of course, this was a massacre. Look at that beautifulness. So, all because of the queen, all because of the wall breakers. Really, that was the thing. Wall breakers freeze made this attack. If you did it any other way with 2 jumps because you're afraid to wall break, you would fail. You would not have had enough spells. The queen needed the rages. You needed the spells for the queen. You notice she needed all those spells plus her ability. Okay? So there's a nice 3-star for us. And I'll show you one more using this sort of strategy next with hogs. So let's move on to his other attack. Number 5. Okay? Same sort of idea. Now, I think I saw, I might have shown this base. This base is a replay because I saw this attack. Same sort of strategy. I might have even made a video on it. It's okay. The key here is, though, we're looking at is the freeze. So if you have seen this base before, you can take it down like this. But the key here, look, here comes the test wall breaker. Always test. Test is to trigger bombs. Then you bring in the other wall breakers. Then you freeze. Now, sometimes you freeze first, sometimes you wall breaker. But because the wall breakers had to travel a ways, you wanted to make sure you drop the wall breakers first. The only mistake here, no loon, no Coco loon. I would have liked to seen a Coco loon, personally. Now, sometimes you forget it. It happens, right? Sometimes you lose your loons. But you can that's something to always think about on these queen walks. Predict where your queen's going to go, throwing that Coco Loon. Now, in here in the clan castle, I think the last time we saw this base, it might have been Valkyries. I'm not sure. But he did P.E.K.K.A. and Ice Golem. I like P.E.K.K.A. Ice Golem. The Valkyries, not so much on that instance, just because without Rage, Valkyries are pretty garbage, in my opinion. So P.E.K.K.A. there was definitely the call. Here comes the Hogs up top. Yeah, I think I've seen this base before. But notice, this whole movement happened because of the Wall Breaker Queen. If you brought a jump spell there, what that means is you lose a heal spell or a rage spell for your Hogs. And if you lose one of those spells, what ends up happening is that troubles ensue. Big time troubles, okay? There goes Perfect Warden over the giant Giga Bomb. He's got one more heal spell. So imagine he doesn't have a heal spell back here for this Inferno Tower. Does he 3-star? He might, just because he does have the healers up here, right? But say all the healers died. He doesn't have a heal spell for the back end. Yeah, you might be in trouble. So anyways, there it is. There's the 3-star. Guys, thanks again for watching. We're going to make it short and sweet. Come back for more. Subscribe, like, and share. Learn how to freeze wall break. We'll see you next time. Halo out.